everyone, thank you for coming back to another video. Some people have kind of mentioned that I've changed my background here, and so that it actually for me feels more comfortable rather than you guys seeing my gold wallpaper. I think this is a little bit more professional. But thank you for mentioning the changes, and I appreciate that people do like the new background. Today we're going to be talking about some of the comments that have been coming to me since the classical song that I did a couple of weeks ago. And that song again was Watari Jo Tachiu Tushi, meaning the crossover and the rise of the dragon. Two comments in particular were mentioned to me. The first was that even though in that video all I did was play Kucho, it seems as though the Kucho has a certain resonance that sounds like a woman is singing or humming. It sounds like there's actually a female voice accompanying the Kucho. And I thought that was a really wonderful comment because my teacher, my Kucho teacher in Okinawa, he actually said that one of the purposes of the Kucho is to provide that higher register texture to the music. And so I'm really happy that that comment was made because yes, it's right along the lines of what my teacher has told me and what I've been taught, but it also makes me feel like I'm playing well enough that that aspect of the music is coming through even through the videos. Another comment that was made to me was that even though that was the only classical piece that I've played so far, this person who has heard Okinawan classical music before said that it sounded familiar, as though she's heard it before, or it reminded her of another song, but she couldn't really say what song. It's just that she feels that she's gone to enough concerts or she's heard enough performances that she kind of feels like it sounds familiar, and that's true. One of the comments I wanted to say was that Okinawan music does all kind of sound the same. That may seem a little bit ridiculous to say, but the main instrument, which is sanshing, has 3 strings, and you can shift up, you can go to a higher register, but basically speaking, you don't get a whole lot of range on 3 strings, and therefore when Okinawan music is composed, you find that there are certain melodic patterns, or there are certain musical patterns that are put together, and that's how they make a song. Well, they make different songs by arranging those different patterns in different orders, and so the more you get to hear Okinawan music, the more you will hear certain patterns, but just in different combinations. And so I wanted to acknowledge to her that yes, Okinawan music, it all kind of sounds the same because you have certain limitations in terms of musical range, in terms of certain tuning, but I guess you could say the artistic specialness, the artistic specialty of Okinawan classical music especially, is that people were able to create hundreds of songs with a very limited number of patterns or building blocks, and yet they were still able to create all of these different songs. So I figured I'll take this opportunity to play another classical song for you, just so that there's a basis of comparison. And I hope that in the future I can continue to play more classical songs so that I can hopefully make it more familiar to you, and that it will become palatable, it'll become interesting to hear. And I do want to remind you that when I play the Kucho, the traditional playing of Kucho is just to play Kucho. There's usually no singing accompaniment to Kucho, because actually the Kucho itself is traditionally known as an accompanying instrument. But today I'd like to sing a song called Aha Bushi. Aha Bushi is a classical song. It also has a folk counterpart. But my understanding is that it originated as a classical piece. And Aha Bushi is the title. Aha refers to the village that is in the northern part of Okinawa Island. And it's a very beautiful place. It's kind of in the countryside, so it's very serene, it's very natural, it's very relaxed. So the original music, the original poetry for Aha Bushi talks about the natural beauty of Aha. However, today, the lyrics that I'm going to sing for you are a different set of lyrics. This is the poem that I will be singing for you. It is Karyushi no ashibi uchi hariti karaya yuno akiti tidanu agaru madin, which means today is such a wonderful day. It's a wonderful celebration. What we're celebrating about is such a wonderful thing that we're going to party all night until the sun rises. So I would like to play Aha Bushi for you. I'm going to play one verse of it just with my Kucho, and then I would like to sing the poem for you as well. Aha Bushi. Thank you.